Hello everyone and welcome to Time to Cook. I am Chef Christy. I'm having fun in my kitchen today because I'm going to recreate a sandwich that I had in a small cafe in Jackson, Wyoming while I was on a trip with my husband, and it is for a Croque Madam. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. There's two different kinds of sandwiches. They're very similar. There's the Croque Madam and then there's the Croque Monsieur. I do not speak French, so I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But the only difference in these two sandwiches is the Croque Madam has a fried egg on top and the Croque Monsieur does not. These sandwiches are just basically a ham and cheese sandwich with a bechamel sauce on top. However, the cafe that I went to served it an open face style, and that's what I'm going to do today. And they also served it with some tomato jam, and I'm telling you, I thought that was phenomenal. It paired so well with that sandwich. So I'm also going to make that for you. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you want to be notified as soon as I upload a new recipe, hit that notification bell and let me know that you like this video and my channel by giving me a thumbs up. Okay, so these are the ingredients that you will need to make your Croque Madam. The first thing that you are going to need is your bread. Now I am using my Dutch oven artisan bread for this. A sourdough, any farm fresh bread will work, but I'm going to use my homemade easy no knead bread. It's going to be perfect. Let me go over the rest of these ingredients with you. So to make that delicious cheesy bechamel sauce that's going to go over your sandwich, you need 2 tablespoons of a salted butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, some milk, and then I have some shredded Swiss and Gruyere cheese. And then the seasonings, I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then this is around 1/8 of a teaspoon, or a pinch would work as well, of white pepper and nutmeg. Then you're going to need an egg and some really good ham. And this is just an organic, no nitrate, honey, deli style ham. And then I also made this amazing tomato jam like they did in that cafe in Jackson. And let me show you how I made that. So to make this tomato jam, I'm just using 1 pint of grape tomatoes. This is super quick and easy, delicious, and it only uses a few ingredients. So let me show you how to make it. I'm just going to cut my grape tomatoes in half. Then I'm going to put my tomatoes into a small sauce pot. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, and I'm going to squeeze 1/2 lemon, which is around 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Finally, I am going to add some red pepper flakes, and I'm just going to add just a dash of them. You can add as much as you want depending on how spicy you want yours, but I like just a little heat. And then I'm just going to stir this together, turn the heat on to a medium heat, and let these come up to a boil. As you can see, the tomatoes have completely broken down, the liquid has reduced, and it has a nice thick and jammy consistency. So now I'm going to take my jam and pour it into a container and then place it in my refrigerator, and it will thicken as it cools. But let me just tell you something about this jam. It is the bomb. I'm just saying, it is delicious on toast, amazing on a burger or grilled cheese sandwich, and you can even add cream cheese to this and make a delicious dip. I really hope that you give this a try. And it only took about 15 minutes for it to completely, these tomatoes to completely break down and make a thick, nice jam. If you wanted to make more of this, you could absolutely double this recipe, or triple it, or quadruple it. So let's make the bechamel. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the salted butter into a small sauce pot. So once your butter has melted, then just sprinkle in your flour. And you want to let this cook for just a little bit so that it will cook out that raw flour flavor. And this is just a basic roux. So now I'm going to add my milk. Making sure to stir quickly and continuously. And I'm going to go ahead and add my seasonings. Now that nutmeg is optional. You don't have to use it, but I really like the flavor that it gives. And it is traditional in a bechamel. Just want to stir this and let this cook until it becomes thick. All right, I can tell that this is already starting to thicken slightly, so I'm going to go ahead and add my cheese. And I'm just going to gradually add this cheese just a little bit at a time. Stirring quickly and continuously again to make sure that cheese is nice and melted and incorporated into the bechamel. All right, and this here is what you're looking for. Thick and creamy. And then you can make like a figure 8 in the sauce. So to a small skillet, I have added another tablespoon of salted butter because I'm going to toast up my bread. And I'm just going to let this cook until it just gets lightly toasted and golden brown. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so traditionally, this sandwich is 2 slices of bread with the ham and cheese in the middle and the bechamel poured over top. However, I really liked how that cafe did it with the open face style, so that is what I'm going to do. Now, they also served it with a little cup of the tomato jam on the side, but I am going to spread it onto my sandwich. It's actually going to be in the bottom underneath of my ham. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when I was eating the sandwich there, I kept dipping every piece into that tomato jam. And this is going to take care of that for me. I'm going to have it in every bite. Now, this is optional. You do not have to use this jam. It is delicious all on its own. I love the sweet and savory, salty, creamy. I love that combination, so that's why I'm doing it. And now I'm going to take the sandwich and put it under the broiler in my oven so the cheese will get all nice and melted and bubbly. And while my sandwich is in the oven getting its little treatment, I am going to fry up an egg to go on top. Now be careful and don't leave that in there too long. You don't want it to burn. Okay, again, I have 1 tablespoon of salted butter in my skillet. All right, I'm just going to place my egg in my butter. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Here is a little trick for you. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of water, and then I'm going to cover this, and this will kind of steam that egg a little bit. Oh my goodness, just look at this. Wow, this looks amazing. I'm so excited to try it. And I did add just a little bit extra of that tomato jam just in case I needed it. And I sprinkled some dried chives on top just to give it some added color. Now, you do not have to have the fried egg on top. That's your preference. If you do have the fried egg, then you're having a croque madam like I am, but I've got to cut into this and give this a try. Look at that runny egg. Wow. I cannot have enough of that tomato jam. Well, I think I nailed that. That tastes just like what I had in Jackson, Wyoming. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with more recipes.